Hey guys, Curtis Alexander. In this video, I want to talk about hemoglobin A1C and glycation. Okay, now if you're diabetic or you're pre-diabetic like I was, you're probably familiar with these terms, but I want to explain some things that are going on. And basically, if you have these issues, you've probably been told you need to lower your carbohydrates, and I'm here to explain why that may be the wrong thing to do, explain what's happening, and what you should be focusing on instead. Okay, so let's talk about glycation. Glycation is a fancy term to basically describe the process where we can see damage by sugars in our body. Cells can be damaged by sugars. When that happens, your A1C will go up, which is not what we want. But when people say, well, it's damage to your cells by sugars, that means we should lower carbohydrates. Okay, but that's generally not the right way to go about it. There's something else going on. So what is going on? Let's talk about blood sugar. Okay, blood sugar, when you eat something, if you're metabolically flexible, if you have a good metabolism, you should be able to eat a balanced meal, carbs, protein, fat. Your blood sugars will go up and then drop back to normal within a reasonable amount of time. That's normal. What's not normal is to have these chronically elevated blood glucoses. Okay, so the question is, what is causing your blood sugars to be chronically elevated? And when they're chronically elevated, we can see A1Cs go up because it's causing damage. Again, it's not necessarily the carbohydrates. Okay, so understand if you have insulin resistance, which if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, you have some level of insulin resistance. When that happens, blood glucose will go up because it can't be taken into the cell and you're unable to metabolize glucose. The point being though here, insulin resistance can be seen in keto, it can be seen in carnivore, and oftentimes it can be seen at higher levels than people who eat a balanced diet. I have other videos on that if you want to kind of dig into the details on that, but I'm telling you, I get more and more people each week who are experiencing these problems. This is exactly what happened to me. So insulin resistance is not just a carb issue. You can see it in all these extreme diets. Now, when you're unable to metabolize glucose, the glucose in your blood has to be shunted to other places. Okay, so that glycation can be driven by multiple factors. So it will take that glucose, and for example, the Wolf pathway is one of them, that it can send these, blood glucose in to be handled by your body, and it gets shunted to these other pathways. And the problem is these other pathways, your body has to do something with it. When you're not able to metabolize glucose, it gets pushed to alternate pathways, and the end result is you see an increase in AGEs, these advanced glycation end products. They're bad news. You don't want them. So the crux of this is you have to be able to metabolize glucose. And the problem with these AGEs is they're much more reactive. Like, people think glucose is bad. Glucose isn't bad. But these other metabolites of glucose, because you can't metabolize glucose normally, that's when they start damaging your body. So the question becomes, how do we improve that process? So let's remember, you can form glycation products. You can have your A1C go up. These glycation products, it doesn't have to just be carbs. It can be from ketones. It can be from seed oils. So if you're eating a high processed food, yeah, you're consuming carbs, but they're in the form of processed food. That can cause your A1C to go up. Keto, carnivore can cause your A1C to go up because you can produce insulin resistance. Same with proteins. These products can be converted with proteins. So the end result is, all right, so yes, glycation A1C can be caused by different factors. What do you do about it? Okay, well, first of all, if metabolizing glucose is an issue, you have to retrain your body to be able to metabolize glucose. You need to reintroduce natural carbohydrates. You need to get away from the extreme diets. Again, I have other videos on these, and this is a process I went through myself. Okay, so I'm not, and I've helped other people do the same thing, but you have to train your body again to metabolize glucose in a healthy way. The next thing is you have to have a healthy antioxidant system. Remember, insulin levels drive glutathione synthesis. Glutathione is your master antioxidant. So if your insulin levels aren't healthy, you're going to have a problem with an antioxidant system. You also remember you need healthy glucose to actually be able to recycle your antioxidants. And it does that by borrowing electrons from glucose. The moral of the story is carbs get vilified in diabetes. Back in the day when somebody was diabetic, they would give them sugar and they had good results with it. That's what a lot of people don't realize. We've lost some of this understanding of the body over the years. So let me know in the comments if you guys have more questions about this, but I want to stress, if you have a high A1C, if you're diabetic, it's not necessarily a carb problem. It's being able to metabolize healthy carbohydrates. You could be making things worse by limiting your carbs with extreme diets. That's exactly what happened to me. So let me know in the comments if you have other questions, other topics you'd like me to cover, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.